Welcome. In this explainer, we are going to dive into long-term food preservation. We're talking about a super simple, really effective method to build a pantry that can last you a decade. It's all about giving you that ultimate peace of mind. So let's jump right in. So here's our game plan. We're going to start with why this is such a powerful idea. Then we'll get all our gear together. I'm going to walk you through the entire process, step by step, show you the best way to store everything, and we'll finish up with a simple checklist so you can get started with total confidence. Just pause for a second and really think about that. What if you could take the basic foods you buy at the store today and know for a fact that they'll be perfectly safe and good to eat for a decade, maybe even longer? It's not complicated, and it's an incredible way to make sure you're ready for, well, anything. I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. This is not about being fearful. It's about being smart. Every single jar you fill is like making a deposit into your own personal food savings account. You're building up this amazing resource that gives you security and, honestly, just tranquility, no matter what happens down the road. Okay, so let's kick things off with part one, saving for the future. Really getting a handle on this core idea that you're making a real investment in your future well-being is the key to everything else we're about to do. This is all about building that foundation for self-reliance.
All right, on to part two, gear and groceries. Before we get started, we've got to gather our tools. But the good news is you probably have almost everything you need sitting in your kitchen right now.
See? You don't need any fancy, expensive equipment here. We're just talking about basic glass canning jars with those two-part metal lids, a big pot for boiling water, your kitchen oven, and, of course, a good pair of oven mitts. That's really it. This whole process is super accessible.
Now, this method is designed specifically for low-moisture dry goods. So think rice, pasta, flour, oats, dried beans, lentils. You get the idea. These are the absolute staples of any pantry. And you want to know the best part? The process we're about to learn works exactly the same for all of them.
And here we go, the heart of it all. This is the how-to section. Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through every single step, and you're going to see just how easy it is to create that 10-year pantry for yourself. First things first, we have to create a perfectly clean environment. Boiling the jars and lids gets rid of any nasty bacteria. But, and this is the most critical part, you have to dry them completely. I mean bone dry. Even a single leftover drop of water can ruin the whole thing, so really take your time here. Once your jars are sterile and totally dry, it's time to fill them up. Go ahead and pour in your rice or flour or beans, but leave about an inch of empty space at the very top. Then, just give the jar a few gentle taps on the counter. This helps all the food settle in there and gets rid of any little air pockets. All right, pay attention because this part is crucial. You need to preheat your oven to exactly 120 degrees Celsius. That's 250 degrees Fahrenheit. This specific temperature is the sweet spot. It's hot enough to kill any microscopic bugs and get rid of the last bit of moisture, but it's not so hot that it actually starts cooking the food. Okay, so you'll place your filled jars, without the lids on a baking sheet and slide them into that preheated oven. Set your timer for 20 minutes. This is the magic window. It's the perfect amount of time to make sure everything inside that jar is completely sterile and dry and totally ready for a decade of storage. Okay, I absolutely cannot stress this enough. After 20 minutes at that temperature, those glass jars are going to be incredibly hot. Please be careful. Use thick oven mitts or a folded dry towel. Safety is everything here, so take your time and handle them with care. This next step has to happen fast. As soon as a jar comes out of that hot oven, you put the lid on and screw the band down as tight as you possibly can. This is where the science is so cool. As the hot air inside the jar cools down, it shrinks, and that pulls the lid down tight, creating a super powerful vacuum seal. That's the magic that protects the food. Now we're moving on to part 4, long-term storage. You've done the main work of preserving the food, but where you keep these jars is just as important. So yeah, your job isn't quite done yet. Now it's time to secure your investment. Grab a permanent marker and label every single jar with 2 things, what's inside and the date you sealed it. Something simple like white rice, October 2024. Then find a good home for them. A pantry, a basement, a closet, anywhere that's consistently cool, dark, and dry is perfect. This protects your food from breaking down and locks in its nutrition for years to come. And to wrap this all up, here's a simple summary for you. Think of this as your quick reference cheat sheet. It's everything we just went over, boiled down to a simple list to empower you to get started.
Let's just run through it one last time, lightning round style. You sterilize, you fill, you heat at 120 Celsius for 20 minutes, you take them out carefully, seal them immediately while they're hot, let them cool down completely, and then you label and store them. That is the entire process. Simple, repeatable, and so effective.
And really, that's what this is all about. Preparedness today is peace of mind tomorrow. It's a proactive step you take that pays you back in security for years and years. So the real question isn't just about storing food. It's about what you gain when you no longer have to worry. What are you going to do with all that peace of mind?